All right, traders, it's BA here with a very short video on how to use some of the indicators that I have programmed. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is going to be the trend model. So the trend model is really simple to put up. You can use any indicators that Thinkorswim has, any of your platforms you may have. There's no magic to it. What we're looking for is, number one, identify a trend, identify the pullback, and then get ready for the pullback. Is simply like how I explain it, is rubber band approach. You know, in an uptrend, the rubber band's pulled down. In a downtrend, the rubber band's pulled up, and we just want that snap back. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to show you how to do that. A very simple model. So let's get started. We have a daily chart up here. Now I just perform this or use this model on my daily and weekly charts. That's it. So that's what provides me with opportunity. I'm trying to exploit a pullback in a trend. Punto. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. So let's go ahead and get started with a fresh chart. Daily chart. I've got crawling up a weed stock. So we'll go ahead, left click on studies, edit studies. Let's pull up whole moving average. All right, left click, put one in there, left click again. You want two whole moving averages in there. All right, so the first one we're going to set is going to be 55. Sorry, 50 periods. What I want to do is come down here and left click in that draw as, come down and grab, left click on that little connected blocks. All right, color down. I want a more vibrant red. Up, I want a dark blue. You can change these colors to whatever you like. And let's see, okay. Now this second one, we want to change it to a 45. All right, and I'm gonna put, you know what, because of the background, I need to make one other change here. So, but for the down on this one, we're gonna put this color, let's change this again to maybe a connected dots, okay? Change that to a 2. Let's go here and let's change this to a green. Yeah, we do that, shows up better. You want contrasting colors right here on this. Let me see, where is that? Let's try that. All right, let's click OK there. Let's go back up to this other one. I want to change this to a cyan. It shows up a little bit better for what we're doing here. Let's plot these and see how that shows up. Perfect. All right, so what you have here is the shorter term 45 leads the 50, crosses below here, turns yellow, and then you get the red. So now we have a distinguished downtrend. The reason I plot 2, I don't use 2 for my chart. I show you 2 because it's easier for me to teach you to plot 2, so that when you start scanning, if you want to use the whole moving average, you use the two periods in the moving average as a reference point. So anytime that you want to check for a downtrend, you want to find out when the 45 period moving average is less than the 50 period. All right, you see the whole moving average is a really smooth moving average, very few whipsaws, and you know you're only really looking for 1, maybe 2 pulls in a trend to capture some good profits. And so here we go. So we've got a trend identified. So you can see here at the bottom, we've got the green starting to cross over, whole turns cyan. That means it's starting to gain momentum. All right, so this thing automatically plots. The whole changes colors once the trend in the whole moving average changes. So you can see from this 50 period goes from cyan blue to red, starts to go down. The 45 period is green for an uptrend, and then that light orange for a downtrend. All right. Now, to be able to exploit this, what you want to do is to put an oscillator in there. So we want to left click studies, hit edit studies, and guys, you can use any oscillator. I've got multitude of videos that talk about different oscillators. You just pick one to add. But I'm going to show you what we're looking for. I'm going to use a sentiment zone oscillator. We're going to change it to a 5-period. We're going to come down, change this to a histogram, and we're going to change this. I like a little bit brighter color there. Let's take a look at this. Perfect. All right, so all we are looking for is something easy to scan for, easy to see visually, to alert us. All right, so here's what I want you to look for. As soon as this thing starts turning, you have cyan up, you have green up, and the 45 is above the cyan. Now you're just waiting for a signal. Anytime this sentiment zone crosses below this threshold here at what is that, -7, when it crosses it, it's telling you, hey, put this stock on a watch list, start watching your intraday charts for an entry signal. All right, use entry technique number 2 if you're trading short term. If you're trading out to 45 days, if that's your horizon, you can just enter the market with an order the following day. All right, I want you to really get accustomed to how and when to use the different different entry techniques. But for this says, hey, be ready for a snapback, and look what happens the next day. This thing just goes right up like bonkers. You definitely would have taken a triple-digit gain out of that short 3-day move right there. All right, so it doesn't cross again until right in here. It's telling you to watch your intraday charts. Even though price is below this, the moving average is still above it. So what it's telling you is the trend is still up, but it might be getting close to the end of the trend. Anytime it violates this to the downside, could be getting close. But look what happens. Had you been watching your intraday charts, your hourly and 15-minute, bam, straight up again, no issue. Now let's look at a downtrend. You've got the 45 under the 50. You've got the orange, which says the short term is turning bearish. The red says the longer term's turning bearish. Now we look for the opposite. We look for a probe above, and look what happens here. Probes above. Had you been watching your charts, you would have gotten in on this downtrend right here, intraday. Okay, that's it. Now look at this one. It pops way above. It goes above here. All right, right there is saying, hey, watch your intraday charts. Now, this is the beauty about using entry technique number 2. It filters out a lot of bad trades. All right, so now it's you wouldn't have gotten in because the next day it gapped up and just ran up huge. All right, but again, look at this. It's still up. It says, hey, you're in a downtrend. According to these moving averages, this could just be a snapback. So had you been watching your intraday charts, this thing would have opened up really high and you would have like, oh, here we go, another day. But then you could have probably gotten in on this thing, about 3/4 of the way down had you been watching your intraday charts. And just like magic, it goes down. All right, let's just pull up another one. Oh, geez. Let's look at Wayfair. Okay. Oh, this is a nice one. All right, so we get a trend right here. Everything's green, starting to roll. You could have both of these are in uptrends right now. So this would have been marginal. I don't know if you'd have gotten in on this or not. You definitely would have here. You definitely have a clearly defined uptrend. Green is above blue. Both are sloping upwards. That's key to this. You want that snapback right here to happen when both of these are trending up. Okay, you don't want them wiggling down and then you get a signal. That's not clear. This is. So you get in, it tells you to watch for a trade here, and bam, there it goes. All right, so now we've got a downtrend. We get a probe right here. That one might have thrown you off. You might have gotten in on this trade right here. I don't know. But look what happens here. You get another probe, and then it's a good chance you would have gotten in on one of these bars here for a nice down move. Both of these trades would have worked. You just had to have given them time. All right, so that's it for the trend. There's nothing else. You can easily scan for this. I think I've put some scans out on trend reflections, so just check those out. And if you have any questions about how to scan for this, then just send me a note. The one other thing I add to my trend model, or to one of my primary charts, is I add. Let's go back over here to Edit Studies. Just a second. Oh, I plotted the wrong one, that's why. Okay, so I think most of you guys that purchased the video or the indicator set, I sent this one to you. Yep, this is it right here. The TS statistical range, just pull that up into your upper window right there, and it gives you this the nice stats. I only trade stocks, again, stay in stocks that move twice as much as the S&P, or that move at least 2% above every day. You find this right here, the average move per day over the last 30 days. That's how we stay in the most active stocks. All right, and look at this. This one right here is flashing NR7. So that means that this day right here is the narrowest range in the last 7 days. We like that. We like a stock that's in narrow range 7 because it has a chance for potential move in one direction or the other. All right, so now this stock, Wayfair, is in a defined uptrend. So any probes we get from this point forward below the -7, we're going to be looking to buy for a snapback rally. All right, I hope you enjoyed this short video on how to set up a trend model. This concludes this video, minus one thing. Always remember to save study set, give it a name. I always use my initials, BA. You can call this your trend model. Trend. I'm not going to save this because I already have it saved as another name, but just make sure you save it, and you can pull this up anytime you want to. All right, so that's it for the trend model. This is BA signing off, saying good. Hope you guys have